What can you do to earn and keep women's deep respect in your relationships? It's no secret that feeling appreciated and valued is a key part of any healthy relationship, but sometimes it can be hard to get what you want, whether you felt ignored or if you feel unappreciated or just want to make your relationship more respectful, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll talk about 12 important strategies that go beyond the basics. These aren't just quick tips, they're real steps based on the ideas of Stoicism that can help you earn respect by doing things like being honest and standing up for yourself in a healthy way. Being independent will help you not only get a woman's respect, but also keep it. If you've ever thought why respect can be hard to find in relationships and what you can do to change that, read on. Stay tuned. By the end of this video, you'll know how to improve your relationships with others, not just by asking for respect, but by commanding it through your actions and character. Before we start, please show your support by clicking the like button. Also, if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to get access to a wide range of useful content that will help you grow as a person. First, think about how you treat yourself. Stoicism stresses getting to know yourself, controlling your feelings, and keeping your honor. Feeling good about yourself starts with how you treat and look at yourself. If you're missing in this area, it will be hard for others to fill that void, especially women in relationships. Self-respect is important because it tells other people how they should treat you. It's like setting the standard in a relationship. If you don't value yourself, how can you expect someone else to? This goes beyond simple interactions in a relationship. If a woman thinks you don't care about your own well-being, she's likely to lose respect for you. Let's look at this more closely with some real-life examples. Think about a man who constantly doesn't take care of his health, avoids his responsibilities, or lets others treat him badly. His actions show that he doesn't respect himself. Now think of a man who takes care of his health, meets his obligations, and stays firm on his limits. This man makes it clear that he respects himself, which makes other people, including women, respect him too. You can't just show respect for yourself by acting in a certain way. Real respect comes from knowing and accepting your own strengths and weaknesses and working to be the best version of yourself. When you respect yourself, you're sending a powerful message to the world. I deserve respect. So take a moment to think about this. When you look in the mirror, do you feel good about the person you see? Do you see someone who is doing their part to create a better future and spread good vibes? If not, it might be time to pause, rethink, and start making some changes. When you evaluate yourself, start by being brutally honest. Find the places where you need to improve and make a promise to do so. For example, you could work on getting fitter, taking on new learning challenges, or just learning how to say no to things that don't fit with your values. Every action you take to boost your self-respect shapes your personality and sets a clear example for how others, especially women, will see and respect you. It all starts with the guy you see in the mirror. Make the changes you need to make. Build a strong sense of who you are, and watch as the respect you get from others changes. Number 2. Be emotionally strong. Imagine you're out to a nice meal or a sunny day in the park when something goes wrong. Maybe the service is slow or someone bumps into you. You have a choice. If you lose your cool, it will ruin the moment and make the people around you, especially the women in your life, feel uncomfortable or even scared. Reacting with anger or irritation can create tension and fear, which are the opposite of the respect and safety you want to build in your relationships. There is a lot of focus on controlling our reactions and emotions in the Stoic world. This isn't just about keeping a straight face. It's about learning how to control and direct our feelings in ways that are positive instead of negative. Stoic ideas say that being emotionally strong is more than just holding your feelings in. It also means facing tough situations with a calm and collected attitude. It shows that you can handle any challenge without letting your emotions get the best of you. This kind of strength is about controlling your emotions in a healthy way by recognizing them, understanding where they come from, and choosing not to let them control you. By them. In the heat of the moment, Let's say you're in that slow restaurant. Instead of snapping at the server, you could take a deep breath, recognize how annoyed you are, and choose a more constructive reaction. For example, you could ask the server calmly about the delay or decide to enjoy the extra time. While you're talking to your partner, this answer shows them that you can handle problems with grace and wisdom. Emotional strength like this doesn't just make things better in the short term, it builds trust and respect in your relationship over time. It shows that you are reliable and stable, which are traits that women deeply admire and respect. In fact, everyone admires someone who can handle the ups and downs of life without losing their balance. So let's work on developing this emotional strength. It means being aware of our feelings and making smart decisions about what to do instead of letting the heat of the moment affect us. This is an important part of Stoicism and a powerful way to build trust and respect in any relationship. Stoicism stresses how important it is to improve yourself and strive for goodness. It's all about becoming your best self, both for your own good and to make a positive change in other people's lives. Think about the idea of raising your value. Getting ahead in life doesn't just mean getting ahead financially or at work, though those can be parts of it. It's about becoming a more informed and skilled person in all areas, whether you're learning a new language, taking up a sport, getting better at public speaking, or going to school. Every step you take to get better adds to who you are. For example, if you start taking classes in the evening to get a degree in a field you're interested in, the women in your life will see you not only as ambitious, but also as someone who is actively shaping their future. Or, if you decide to take on a fitness challenge, you'll not only change your body, but also show that you are disciplined and dedicated. These actions say a lot about your drive and your desire to live a well-balanced life. Another thing could be taking classes on things like mindfulness or communication that help you become more emotionally intelligent. These skills make you a better listener and a more understanding partner, friend, or co-worker. Women are drawn to men who can deeply understand emotions and communicate clearly. It shows that you value growth in all its forms and are committed to evolving not only externally but also internally, which raises your value. It also means getting out of your safe zone. It's about pushing yourself to do things that might scare you, like going alone to a foreign country, which can help you see things from different angles and get better at adapting and solving problems. With each new experience, you become a better person, more interesting and fun to be around. Stoicism says that respect and virtue come from having wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. By increasing your value, you show that you live by these ideals and are committed to living a moral life. Your consistent effort to improve yourself makes you a source of stability and dependability. So, ask yourself what you can start doing today to help you grow. What skill or knowledge would make your life better and make you a more valuable person? Remember, it's not just about the respect you gain from others, but also about the respect you earn for yourself by becoming the best version of you. Number 4, always be honest in the philosophy of Stoicism. We often talk about virtues that can guide us to a more meaningful life. And honesty sits right at the heart of these. It's absolutely crucial, whether we're talking about friendships, family bonds, or romantic connections. Let's face it, being honest isn't always the easiest path. Sometimes the truth can be a bit tough to swallow. But here's the thing. Honesty is always better than the alternative. Imagine this: you mess up somehow. Maybe you forgot an important date or you said something without thinking it through now. You might feel the urge to cover it up or spin a little white lie. It seems simpler, right? But if your lady or anyone important in your life finds out the truth from someone else, it's going to hurt. And worse, it can chip away at her trust and respect for you. Now let's say you choose a different path. You own up to your mistake. You say, "Hey, I messed up and I'm really sorry." This does a couple of things. First, it shows you're a person of integrity. You're willing to stand by your actions and face the consequences. That's a big deal in Stoicism. It's about aligning your actions with your values, no matter the discomfort. Secondly, it builds trust when you're open and transparent. It tells her that you value honesty, that you respect her enough to be truthful, and when trust grows, so does thanks. This way of thinking doesn't just apply to mistakes, though. It also applies to being real in your everyday contacts. For example, if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, being honest about what you're going through can lead to real support and connection. For the Stoics, living truthfully means facing life head-on and letting your true self be seen. When you live truthfully, you're not only respecting others, you're also respecting yourself. You're living in line with Stoic principles which value virtue and character over easy outs or short-term gains. Trust me, people, especially women, can tell when someone is genuine and honest, and they deeply respect that. So let's all try to be straightforward and bravely face our truths. Build relationships based on trust and respect, and remember that a good life is worth living. If you're still watching the video, please pause and leave a yes in the comments to show that you're committed to becoming a person who deserves respect. Let's keep going on this journey. Number 5. Set clear lines. Stoicism stresses how important it is to know yourself and your logical ability to set and stick to boundaries, which is essential for building good relationships. Having clear boundaries doesn't mean putting up walls between you and someone else. It means really knowing yourself, what you're okay with, and what you value. It means being honest about what you can and can't stand. This shows self-respect and confidence, as well as a strong sense of self-awareness, which are qualities that people naturally find attractive and respect. Let's use some real-life examples to show what I mean. Let's say you like quiet nights to relax after work, but the person you're dating likes going out with friends and wants to do that almost every night here. It might be helpful to be honest about your need for quieter nights when you set a boundary. It's not enough to just say what you want. You need to make room in your relationship for your partner to feel understood and appreciated as well. For example, maybe you like to handle money in a certain way while your partner is more laid back about it. Making it clear. Setting financial limits and talking about what is expected can help avoid problems and mistakes in the future. It's about understanding and getting along, finding a middle ground that respects both your beliefs and limits. Men who set clear limits are often admired more because they show they have a strong sense of who they are. Most of the time, women and everyone else respects people who are honest about their wants and limits. Of course, this clarity shows that you are sure of who you are and that you care enough about your health to look out for it. It's a strong statement that you value your peace, your values, and the direction of your life. Additionally, when you set limits, you show that you value the other person's limits. This kind of mutual respect is important for any healthy relationship because it shows the other person that you value their right to their own choices, needs, and space. This helps you both understand each other better, which can make your relationship stronger from a serious point of view. Setting boundaries isn't just about what you want. It's also about making sure your activities are in line with your morals and good sense. It takes wisdom to know what's best for you, justice to be fair in your relationships, and courage to set boundaries even if it's hard. Think about the places in your life and relationships where you could communicate your limits more clearly. How would making these boundaries clearer make your relationships better? Are there places where you might be giving up too much of your own comfort and values? Thoughtfully think about these questions and how you might get more respect from the women in your life if you set clear, logical limits. It could also make your life more fulfilling and good. Being independent is a great trait to have in any relationship, but women find it especially attractive. Being independent shows that you are in charge of your life and not just going along with the crowd. It displays growth and skill. In a partnership, this is especially important because it shows that you want to shape your life and the life you share with your partner. A lot of the time, guys are seen as the strongest people, especially when things are hard. It can quickly become a turnoff if you're always complaining or letting your anger get the best of you in a childish way. It's okay to talk to your partner about your worries and anger. Being stoic doesn't mean being emotionless. What matters is how you deal with these feelings. Let's say you're having a rough time at work. Maybe a project is due soon. If you're worried about failing or under a lot of stress, you might want to vent a lot at home. That's normal, but Stoicism teaches us the virtue of resilience. So instead of just venting, you focus on finding solutions and staying calm. Being honest about how you feel while also taking action to deal with problems not only helps you deal with them, but it also shows your partner that you are strong and reliable. Being independent also means being able to make decisions and be happy without relying too much on other people. For example, you might choose to spend some time on your own pursuing a hobby or learning a new skill. This shows that you have your own interests and passions, which makes you more interesting and shows that you want to improve yourself. In relationships, this mix between being independent and being emotionally open is highly valued. Women, like everyone else, want a partner who can handle their feelings well, keep their cool when they have problems, and be stable and reliable no matter what life throws at them. Now take a moment to think about how you can grow your independence. Are there choices you've been putting off? Are there areas of your life where you could be more proactive? Asking yourself these questions can help you make decisions, help you become more independent, which is not only a sign of age and skill, but also a core Stoic virtue. Let's share some examples of how independence has helped us grow and made our relationships stronger. Today, what are you doing to strengthen your independence? Number 7. As the Stoics say, be a man. Virtues like bravery, wisdom, and discipline are universal and apply to everyone, regardless of gender. However, when it comes to relationships, these traits often show up as a confident and assertive presence that many people find appealing and comforting. Being sure of who you are and what you stand for is more important than being strong or dominant. Let's look at what it means to be a man in everyday life. For example, making a decision about a date or a family trip shows confidence, which can be very attractive. This doesn't mean making all the decisions by yourself. Instead, it means actively and thoughtfully adding to the relationship. For example, you could solve problems when they come up or make plans when both of you are busy. Being forceful is another important part. Being assertive and controlling doesn't mean being rude or mean-spirited. It means being clear about what you want and need in the relationship while also respecting hers. For example, if you need quiet nights at home during the work week to recharge, you should tell her that clearly and with respect. This shows that you know yourself and can set healthy boundaries, which can help avoid misunderstandings. Build respect for each other. In this way, being a man also means being able to handle your feelings well. When it comes to relationships and Stoicism, being resilient means dealing with problems and setbacks with a calm and collected attitude, not letting every little thing that happens affect you. This can be especially reassuring in a relationship because it shows that you can support and stay stable even when things get tough. The idea is to find a balance where your strength complements her femininity in ways that make the relationship stronger, creating a dynamic that is harmonious and mutually respectful. It's about each partner bringing their strengths to the table to make a partnership where both can thrive. This way of thinking can lead to relationships where both partners feel understood, valued, and respected. Number 8. Don't be too clingy in relationships. Finding a good mix between being close and having personal space is very important. Stoicism, on the other hand, focuses on being efficient and rational. Independence gives us useful information about how to find this balance. In fact, being too close can be a big turnoff. It's normal to want to spend a lot of time with your partner, especially when you're first falling in love. However, needing to be with her all the time can quickly go from being charming to annoying. At first, your closeness may seem sweet, but it can quickly become suffocating. Remember that just because she chose to be with you doesn't mean she's given up her freedom or social life. Everyone needs some personal space for mental health and growth. What Stoicism teaches us, being self-aware and respecting not only our own space and needs but also those of others, is important. This attitude makes us think about our actions and how they affect the people we interact with. You might make your partner feel like she can't enjoy her own hobbies without feeling guilty or distracted if you insist on being around all the time, even when she has set aside time to paint. This can lead to frustration and resentment. Instead, what if you use that time to do your own hobbies or interests? This shows that you are secure and independent, which are naturally attractive and respect-inducing traits. By giving her space to enjoy her hobbies and interests, you show that you respect her as a person outside of the relationship. This not only makes your time together more special and fulfilling, but it also shows that you can the becoming less available at times isn't a game or a way to make yourself harder to get for thrive. It shows that you have a full and interesting life on your own. Being independent can make you more interesting and appealing to your partner, which can make her value you more. Remember that in a healthy relationship, you should add to each other's lives, not take over them. It's not about two halves making a whole, but two wholes coming together. This point of view fits perfectly with Stoic ideas, which stress the importance of being whole in and of yourself. Think about how you can apply this balance in your relationship. Are there areas where you might be relying too much on your partner for fun or happiness? How can you grow your own hobbies and interests? Sharing your experiences with these problems or successes can help us all learn and grow. What steps do you take to keep a healthy balance in your relationships? Let's talk about them and encourage each other to make them better and more respectful. The ninth type of partnership is, getting a good job isn't about getting the best paying or sexiest job. What's important is showing that you're willing to contribute, work hard, and be responsible, no matter what the job is. This shows that you have a strong character and a mature outlook on life. You might not be in a job that gets a lot of attention or pays well, or you might be between jobs. Some men worry that this might make them less respectable, especially in the eyes of women. But it's important to know that real respect doesn't depend on the status of your job, but on how hard you work and how honest you are in your role. Women and most people value someone who shows up, does their best, and sticks to their duties even when things get tough. Imagine you're working in a role that isn't your dream job. It might not be where you saw yourself in the future, but the dedication you show by showing up every day to solve problems and help your community run speaks volumes about your character. It shows that you're not above any task and that you value hard work. This way of working fits with the Stoic idea that a person's worth comes from their good qualities, not their bad ones. Stoicism tells us that outside circumstances, like having a high-flying career or a low-paying job, don't define your worth. What matters is how you deal with them with virtue. Being financially responsible and independent is another important trait that is deeply linked to both Stoicism and respect in relationships. Being financially independent isn't just about making money, it's also about managing it well, living within your means, and planning for the future. Taking on this duty shows that you have self-control and the ability to see the big picture, which makes you a stable and trustworthy partner. Remember that your attempt to find and keep a job is an admirable and honorable project. If your present job isn't your ultimate goal, think about how you can bring excellence to it. Every job can be a reflection of your character and a chance to practice Stoic virtues like perseverance and diligence. Be true to your word. This simple but strong phrase means that you should do what you say you will do, like calling someone when you said you would or going to a friend's event. When you say you'll do something or keep a promise, you do it. This kind of dependability is very important, especially to women, because it shows that someone is honest and trustworthy. Think about how small things can have big effects. If you tell your partner you'll be there for her at an important presentation, you should show up. This will not only build her trust in you, but it will also show that you support her achievements. Similarly, if you agree to do a chore at home, you should do it. Doing so shows that you respect your partner's comfort and shared space, which is great for mutual respect. Even small ones can break the trust you've built. For example, saying over and over that you'll make dinner or go to a couple's event but never doing so might not seem like a big deal at the time, but over time, these broken promises can make people question your honesty and reliability. Keeping your word means making sure that your deeds are in line with your morals. Stoics believe in having a good life and see honesty as an important part of that. They say that we should try to make sure that our deeds match our morals, and that what we say we will do should be almost as binding as if it were written in stone. This theory emphasizes the idea that being a man of your word isn't about big actions, but about doing things every day that are in line with what you say you'll do. Showing that you can be counted on makes you a strong person in your relationships. As you go about your daily life, think about how closely your actions match up with your promises. Are there areas where you can improve? How does being reliable in small things affect your overall sense of self-respect and the respect others have for you? Being true to your word is an example of your character. It shows that you value the trust others have placed in you, which are both attractive traits that can greatly increase the respect women and others have for you. In any relationship, it's important to stand up for yourself if you think you're being disrespected or treated unfairly. This doesn't mean getting into fights or being hostile. It means addressing problems in a respectful and constructive way. For example, if your partner does something that makes you feel bad, like ignoring your thoughts or being rude, it's important to voice your concerns in a calm and clear way. By doing this, you're not only protecting your rights, but also showing that you value yourself and the health of the relationship enough to deal with problems that could hurt it. Stoicism reminds us that our reactions should be logical and based on virtue. The Stoics believed that one could live in harmony with reason and maintain one's tranquility by controlling how one reacts to outside events. If you deal with disrespect or unfair treatment not with anger, but with thoughtful assertiveness, you are living up to these Stoic ideals. You show that you can handle your feelings and follow reason, which is a skill that earns respect. When you stand up for yourself, you also protect the integrity of your relationship from outside threats. People will always judge or say bad things about the choices you make in relationships. While it's true that you can't please everyone, ignoring negative comments isn't always the best thing to do, especially when they're harmful and not based on facts. Putting up your relationship shows that you are committed and truly interested in its long-term health and longevity when it's needed. For example, if someone in your social circle questions your commitment to your partner or the truth of your feelings based on faulty ideas, it is okay to tell them what's wrong. Being firm and polite at the same time sends a clear message about what you stand for and how much you value your relationship and yourself. It shows that you care about the relationship and are ready to protect it when you stand up for yourself and your partner. This is very attractive and respected, especially among women who value strength, honesty, and the maturity to handle conflict. Think about how you can apply this to your own life. Have you ever kept quiet when you should have spoken up? Think about how standing up for yourself with dignity and respect can boost your own self-esteem and the respect you receive from others. Number 12, respect her. Let's talk about mutual respect, which is the most important thing in any relationship. This idea is not only central to building and maintaining a healthy relationship, but it is also a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, which teaches us how important it is to treat others with fairness and dignity. It's important to respect your partner because it means seeing her as a whole person with her own thoughts, beliefs, habits, hobbies, friends, family, and feelings. Respect should be clear not only when you're with her, but also when she's not there. It's easy to be respected. You just have to show it. Respect works both ways, which is what makes the ties between people stronger. To show respect in everyday situations, let's talk about some examples. For example, when you're talking to her about something important, like what movie to watch, remember to ask her opinion. Showing respect means recognizing her points of view, having deep conversations with her, and not dismissing them. Respect also includes her personal space and interests. Letting her spend time on her hobbies or with her friends and being interested in these parts of her life outside of your relationship shows that you value her as a person. This is very important because it shows that you value her independence and unique personality. How you talk about her with other people is also very important. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of integrity, which means that no matter what, your actions should be in line with your ideals. Being kind and respectful to her even when she's not there shows that you care about her and builds trust in your relationship. Negative comments or disrespectful jokes about her in public places hurt her and show poorly on your character as well. For example, if you're out with friends and someone makes a joke about her, you could choose not to join or subtly criticize them. Moving the talk to something else shows that you value her privacy. This may seem like a small thing, but it has a big effect on how she sees your respect for her, which in turn affects how she respects you. If you respect your partner, you also value her emotional life. When she talks about how she's feeling, Whether she's had a bad day at work or is excited about something new, responding with empathy and interest shows that you value what she goes through and feels. In essence, respecting your partner means treating her with the same level of care and respect that you would expect for yourself. It's about creating an environment where both of you can thrive, supported by mutual respect and understanding. This is not only the basis of a strong relationship, but also a reflection of living a good life. Remember that building mutual respect, love, and attraction isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process that can greatly improve your understanding and bond with your partner. When both partners truly respect each other, the relationship is built on a solid foundation that can withstand the tests of time and thrive. If you've made it this far and feel like you've learned something, please let me know in the comments below. Your feedback is very important to us and helps us make better videos for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss another video. New ideas and methods that can change the way you interact with others. Next video will be up soon.